Did you know that you can run a full-fledged desktop operating system on your pocket-sized smartphone? Yup, that's right. With an app called Vectras VM, you can run Windows, Mac OS, Linux, or plenty of other operating systems on your Android. And when you use a larger screen device like a folding phone or a tablet, it'll almost feel like you have a full-size computer in your hands. Almost, because some interfaces are sometimes a bit laggy and some OSs won't work on some devices. And it's not really the app's fault, it's just some policies from Google that prevent some of these platforms from running. Still, it's kind of a flex to show your iPhone buddies that you can run a whole operating system on your phone, and that they can't. Towards the end of the video, I'll even show you how you can fully set up the app to get it properly working. Check this out. Whenever I'm watching a video or I'm in landscape mode, I can swipe on the edge of the screen to bring in this floating notepad from an app called OneSwipeNotes. And it'll let me quickly jot down whatever I'd like in bullet points, even while the video continues to play in the background. Once I'm done, I can tap anywhere on the outside to swipe it away. It's that easy. It even works in portrait mode, but you'll need to switch to the 3-button nav bar because the back gesture will get in the way. Either way, it's still the fastest way to write something down without needing to open another app. The only thing that sucks is that it does cost $1 to download. So a free alternative is to use an app called NotiNotes. This Notes app lives in the quick settings where you can tap the tile, create a quick note within the menu that pops up, and then hit save to have it appear in your notifications panel. You can drop as many notes as you'd like, and when you're done with any of them, you can simply swipe them away. It may not be as quick to use as OneSwipeNotes, but it's still easy to get to without leaving your current app. Plus, it's a great way to make reminders for yourself since they'll always be in your notification drawer until you get rid of them. On my home screen, I have this special folder, which you may think nothing of until I connect my headphones, and it instantly updates the apps to all of my music ones. Or when I jump in my car and my phone connects to the Bluetooth, they'll instantly update to my navigation apps. How am I doing this? With an app called Contextual App Folder. Within its settings, you can create different scenarios for when the folder should be updated. So you can base it on your location, Wi-Fi network, Bluetooth connected devices, charging state, time, and more. Plus, for each scenario, you can choose the apps you'd like to show up inside the folder. The only downside is that this app is no longer on the Play Store and hasn't been updated since 2017. But you can download it off APK Mirror, and even though it's ancient, it's still somehow working just fine, even on my Pixel 8 running the latest Android 14 update. You'll just have to deal with a somewhat outdated interface and an outdated folder, which you can still customize within the app to make it fit better with your other folders on your home screen. Still, there are no other apps like this, and it's extremely useful. If you're using a popular music streaming service like Spotify, Pandora, SoundCloud, Tidal, or a few others without paying for a premium account, you can use this app called Ad Silence to automatically mute any ads that start playing in between the tracks. It works like a charm, even when you don't have the app open, and it'll save you a few headaches from having to listen to those screaming advertisements. This next app I already reviewed back in 2021, but I had to bring it back because it's gotten way better. And if you haven't heard about it, you'll love it. It's called Maniac, and it makes it really easy to find and join all of the beta programs for most of the apps you have installed. That way, you can explore new features and perks within some of your apps before they get released to the public. The best part is that Maniac will even automatically scan all your apps so that when any closed betas do open up, you can instantly get notified to join them. The only downside is that if you update to a beta version of an app, you could potentially experience bugs and crashes, but luckily, it's also really easy to leave the beta program within the Play Store. So to join the beta programs, you just switch to the Participate tab, choose any app, and then you'll notice a button called Become a Tester. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, so on top of enabling that button, tap on Google Play to launch the app's Play Store listing, and then scroll down until you see Join the Beta. Hit join, join again, give it a few minutes to add your account to the program, restart the Play Store app, and when you search the app again, you should now see Beta next to the title. There may even be an update, which is pretty sweet. If you're on Android 13 or higher, and your phone still doesn't let you control the brightness levels of your LED flashlight, Google Pixels. Sorry. You can download FlashDim to enable this feature. It gives you over 45 light levels to choose from, so you can make the LED extremely low for those super dark moments, straight down the middle if you'd like, or just regular maximum brightness. The only thing to keep in mind is that this will only work on devices that have the new camera hall versions like the Pixels or Galaxy devices, so if this app doesn't work on your phone, then that's probably the reason. Still, it wouldn't hurt to try it out since it's completely free and open source. I'm sure you know the pain of dealing with passwords, and I'm sure you're tired of trying to remember every single login detail. With Keeper Security, the sponsor of this video, you can start using passkeys, the next generation of passwords that let you log into your accounts without typing anything. You just use your smartphone's fingerprint sensor or face unlock to confirm that it's you, and you're in. Not only are they more secure against phishing attacks, since passkeys have built-in MFA, but you and your loved ones will be able to log into your accounts much faster. But here's the catch. Passkeys do have to be saved locally, so if you create one on your phone, you can only use it on that device. But if you create a passkey with Keeper, you can use it on any device. Along with passwords and passkeys, Keeper lets me store credit cards, licenses, passports, and plenty of other files that I can access from anywhere. And I'm not worried because Keeper is the most secure, certified, tested, and audited password security platform on the planet with over 275,000 5-star reviews and more than 10 million downloads on the app stores. So don't get hacked. Secure your data with Keeper Security and click my link in the description and use my promo code HowToMen to get an extra 50% off personal and family plans. It's a huge steal, so don't wait. Switching over to the games, Galaxy Swirl is up first, and it's one of the most addicting Android games that I've played in a while. You play as a spaceship on this miniature planet where you constantly need to be on the move and try to avoid any lasers or obstacles that get in your way. The only things that you can pick up are coins, health, and power-ups, which get randomly dropped throughout the map. It's a pretty trippy game too, because as you move, the entire planet moves with you. I also really love the graphics, sound effects, controls, and haptic feedback because it makes the gameplay that much better, and it's really addicting. There are even different modes like Robot Snake, which is just like the classic Snake game but reimagined in a sci-fi setting around a sphere. Definitely the perfect game to kill time. Supertype is the only paid game on this list, but I think it's totally worth it because it's one of the most unique and creative puzzle games that I've come across in a while. The objective is to type the correct letters to have them fall and touch all the black dots. With this, the game brings in a bit of physics, so you'll need to consider things you probably never even thought about. Like how round letters like O or E can roll around, while some thinner letters like I or P can fit into tighter spaces. There's no proper word to spell in most cases, you just need to make sure that at least a few letters end up in the right spot. Sometimes you even need to use spaces to aim accurately. The only thing I would say that needs improvement is the in-game keyboard, since it does feel a bit awkward to type on, and the graphics do look a bit outdated as well. Besides that, it's a great puzzle game that actually makes you think. Another puzzle game I became really fond of is Please Touch the Artwork too. It also thinks outside the box by having you play as a skeleton that adventures around a world of artwork. And as you advance into the paintings, you'll receive side quests from random characters to find objects scattered around other paintings. Plus, there are some twists and turns, like sometimes a painting will be ripped, so you'll need to repair it to move on. It's definitely got some unique ideas. I also love how the skeleton can move into a painting even further and walk behind objects, giving the sense that he's actually inside the artwork. It's pretty incredible, and the graphics are perfect. Overall, it's an A+ game that is 100% free with no ads or in-app purchases. Definitely give it a try. Next, we have Ready, Set, Golf, which, as it says in the title, is a golfing game but with a few twists. Instead of teeing by yourself peacefully, you're racing against other real players, hoping to get your ball into the putt before them. Plus, there are some power-ups that you can use to give you an advantage over others. Like there's one that lets you hit harder, another to glide over the water, one to bounce off the walls even better, and more. They only give you a limited amount of perks to use though, so you have to use them wisely. My favorite thing about this game is that you can even create a private room to play against your friends. But the only thing I will say is that they do need to improve the graphics a bit and increase the FPS, but other than that, it's not a bad game. Anyways, as promised, let's go over how you can use Vectras VM, the app discussed at the beginning, to start using a desktop interface on your smartphone. The first thing you're going to want to do is download the app. So on their website, you'll see two versions. If you're running Android 13 or lower, you can download and install version 2.7, or if you're running Android 14 or higher, you can download and install version 2.8. Now, only for version 2.8 will you also need to download this bootstrap file, otherwise the app won't be able to run without it. The ARM64 version 8 is most likely the one that you'll want to use if you're using a more recent device. Otherwise, if you have an old Android or a cheaper one, you can try out the version 7a. From there, open the app, select Install from File if you're on version 2.8, and then select the bootstrap file you just downloaded. It should be within your downloads folder. Then allow it file access and then dismiss those extra menus. Now tap on the bottom right icon and you'll find all the desktops you can try. The most stable ones are Windows XP or lower, or even some Linux ones. And again, just a reminder that not every OS, including Windows, will work on every device, so keep that in mind. Anyway, I'll try out something new for this tutorial, like React OS. So I'll select it and tap on Import. Then I'll hit download and look for the ROM on the website. Sometimes when I tap on the ROM, it'll just pop up with the Google Drive link. Once I tap on the ROM, it'll pop up with a menu, and pay attention to this menu because some operating systems have login details and the login information is in that pop-up. For React OS, there are no login requirements. So once I tap on that x86 button, I can select my Google Drive account and tap OK. From there, I can tap on the three dots in the top right corner, hit download, and it could take a few minutes to download because some of these have huge file sizes. From there, go back into the Vectras app, select the ROM you just downloaded, hit import, import again, and find the .vbi file you just downloaded. It'll extract it and import the file within the app, which could take a few minutes. Then it'll pop up on the main menu, so you select it, hit allow for notifications, and then it'll start the OS. Sometimes in the boot up, you'll even need to hit the enter button to have it start. And that's pretty much it. Don't be surprised that on some OSs, it could take a while for the desktop to appear, but once you do appear on the desktop, you can move the mouse around with your finger, tap to click, double tap to click. Long pressing on the screen will also let you long press on the OS, so that way you can actually resize the windows or move them around. And the buttons on the outside let you do extra things like bring up the keyboard, get access to other keys, and even exit the virtual machine. Hope you got it to work. Anyways, tap this playlist right here to view the rest of the best Android apps series. I've been doing it for years, so you'll find plenty of useful apps. If I helped you download at least one app in this video, just do me a favor and drop a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel and motivates me to continue to make this series. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!